Okay, let's make it here. It's the next day. Sorry I couldn't get the car all the way in the sun, but there it is. So I took it for a drive around. I cleaned the windows. I took it to a gas station and cleaned the window. The car is like super dirty from just sitting around. So here's what I got. I tried to make a video on this last night, but I ran out of battery. But I get about 2 fingers. Yeah, a good 2 fingers in the front. Maybe it might be a little less than a finger because I kind of have to angle my finger a little bit to get it in there. But it's about 2 fingers, and in the front right, and about 2.5 fingers because I can stick 2 fingers in there and then wiggle it around a little bit. So that's about 2.5 fingers. Not quite 3 because I definitely can't fit 3 in there. So the left rear. Still 2.5, and on the front 2 fingers. So oh yeah, well, we're on a crown right now, so it's going to be lower on the right side than it is on the left side. So that's it. I think I want to raise it in the back a little more. I want more oversteer. Maximum oversteer is what I want. I know it's going to be super dangerous to drive in the rain. But it's let's see, so 2 fingers. So I think I want to go for like a 3 fingers in the rear. So I want to go raise it another 1/4 inch, I think. Yeah, so I think we'll go raise it another 1/4 inch in the rear, so we can get 3 fingers in the back and then 2 fingers in the front. I think that should be fine. I'm pretty happy with the front. I got that on the first try. We're going to do it, this is going to be the 3rd time I'm going to be adjusting the rear, so unfortunately. Alright. Okay, let's make it here. It's another day working on the Galant VR4, so like I mentioned, I'm going to adjust the ride height one more time in the rear. I'm going to raise it up 1/4 inch, and then we'll be done. I want a little more rake. I want to get maximum oversteer. As much oversteer as I can get, because this car it's big, you know, it doesn't turn in too well. So hopefully this will help a bit. Yeah, so I think I had originally planned to raise it like 1.5 inch, and then in the rear, and then 1 inch in the front, and we're getting pretty close to that. I think we raised it 3/4 in the front, and then we raise it. So far we've got it 1 inch in the back, so we're gonna go for 1 1/4. So it'll wind up being 1 1/4. Like I mentioned earlier, it'll be 1 1/4, and then a 3/4 inch in the front. So I think that's probably a good compromise. I don't want it too tall, but I don't want it too low. It's noticeably taller now, so but that could be a good thing. Oh, okay, I got the car back together again. Man, that gap looked really big after you you stick my whole hand in there, but that's good. But yeah, I haven't lowered the car yet. But anyway, I just got done with the third height adjustment. I added a 1/4 inch to both sides. Once again, this took 4 turns to get a 1/4 turn, and that one took like 4 1/4. Yeah, like 4 1/4 turns. So it definitely, I think my method is not perfect. Hopefully I'm not messing it up too much. I don't think it's too bad. It's always like each side is always a different amount of turns to get the height that you want, you know. And like using the tape as the marker, you know. And yeah, so it's a little difficult. Anyway, there were some revelations as I was looking at the rear end, and yeah, check that vlog out. I talk about the suspension on this car and the Galant VR4 in general, and the drivetrain. So it's more work for me to do. Anyway, that's a different vlog. Check that one out. But yeah, it's I think this is the last time I'm gonna fiddle around with the height, and then we can go. I still have to drive it around. I can't drive it because this stupid car is here. I can try to get it around it somehow, but it's okay. I got other things to do today. So we got to take it for a spin around again, check the ride height again, and then if I like it and we're all good, then we can go get the we can go get the wheel alignment. But before I do the wheel alignment, we're gonna go change the axle on this. So I'll have a video on how to change the front passenger side or front right axle on the Galant VR4. Yeah, so look forward to that. I will talk more about that in my suspension vlog. All right, Hayes Mega here. So there it is. So that's the final results after all the lowering or raising is what I was doing. So I'm pretty surprised how much you can raise or lower these shocks. I'm not really sure what the total ride height adjustability is, but so we pretty much did was it, I don't really know what 3 fingers is. Anyway, this is going to be the final vlog for the ride height adjustment, and I think I got it just the way I want it. It does, looks a little, it definitely looks a lot different than it did before, but I think it's okay. Interesting thing to note, these are running on 245 40/17, so if I did want to close up the wheel gap more, I could get 45s, but from what I heard on the Evo forums, that the stock Evo wheels, you don't want to go with the 45. You want to stick with the 40. The 40 I think is the 45 is too round or something, is what they're saying for these tires. But yeah, I think a 45 would probably ride better. But I think it's okay. It's fine the way it is. So there it is. That's the final results. So we'll go walk around the car, and then we will check the gaps again. So if you remember correctly, the rear used to be 2.5. It was 2.5 fingers, and now it's 3 fingers. Barely 3 fingers. I have a hard time sticking my 3 fingers in there. Let's see. I can barely fit 3 fingers in there. I can do it, but I have to kind of squish my finger a little bit, so it's a little less than 3 fingers. That's okay. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I think that's fine. So the front is 2 fingers. This one's a little bit, yeah, it's 2 fingers exactly, so it's perfect. That's how I wanted it. So I wanted it 3 fingers in the back, 2 fingers in the front. Let's go over on this side. So this side is a little bit bigger. I've already checked them all, but I can get my 2 fingers in there easily. So this is a little bit more than 2 fingers actually. But we are on a crown, and the car's like this right now, so that should be fine. And then the back is 3 fingers. Yeah, it's about the same as it's probably a little bit bigger than the other side, but I having trouble fitting the 3 fingers in there too. It doesn't just slip right in. Yep. So there you go. Not bad. So that's the way I want it, and that's the way I'm going to leave it. I should have plenty of ride height to go over bumps and stuff, and I don't have to worry about hitting or scraping or anything for the most part. It ain't no SUV, but I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I didn't really have to worry about it before anyways, because the bumpers are really high on this thing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. So I'm gonna go over everything that I did from the beginning of the video to now. Basically, first I adjusted the rear once, and we adjusted it to 3/4 of an inch, and that was about 2 fingers or something, or 2. Yeah, that was about 2 fingers. And then I went and adjusted the. I think I wanted it more. Did I want it? Yeah, I wanted it more, so I adjusted it again to for one. I added 1/4 inch, which made it 1/4 inch. It made it 1 inch total 1 inch in the rear. And then and then the front. And then I started adjusting the front, and I got the front on the first try. I got 2 fingers. I adjusted 3/4 of an inch up in the front on both sides, and I got it right on the money on the first try. So That's good. So, and then I could fit my 2 fingers in there. It's 2 fingers. And then I said like, well, it was so after that it was about 2.5 fingers and 2 fingers in the front. I'm like, well, I kind of want to do 3 fingers and then 2 fingers. So so I did so yeah, we did 3 fingers. I adjusted the ride height up again, another 1/4 inch. So total, so first it was 3/4, and then 1 inch, and then 1 1/4. So like total, I raised it, I lifted it 1 1/4 inches in the back, and it still looks, it doesn't look like much difference from the front, but it is different. It is significantly. Yeah, it's about like 1/2 inch higher in the back. So that leads me to believe it was probably a little bit lower in the back at first. I was expecting the front to be a little lower. I think it did get a little lower, yeah. So the thing about adjusting the ride height is when you adjust one side, like if you adjust the back, it lowers the front a little bit because of the way, you know, the weight balance is. So I was expecting if I raise the back up again, the front would get a little lower, and I think it did just get like a tiny bit lower. I just drove it right now. It feels taller. Yeah, it feels taller, a little bit taller, but I don't have to worry about hitting so many bumps. I will actually, this won't be the last I will put a video at the end of this video to I'll put a video at the end of this video after everything is all done. We're still not done with the ride height. The last thing that needs to be done is we need to finally finish the ride height vlog, we need to go ticket for a wheel alignment. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna have to dig up the old wheel alignment specs and take them to the wheel alignment place. I have a place that I found that I think they can do it. Hopefully for not very expensive. I'm guessing they're gonna have to adjust the camber and the toe. It feels like it might be off or something, but yeah. So that's the last thing I do. We have to get it aligned. So before we do all that, I'm gonna go ahead and change out that axle, the front right axle. I still have to go buy it, but it's not very expensive, and then we'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, that's the end of all the ride adjustments though. All we have to do is get the wheel alignment, get a new wheel alignment done, because we raised the height. It's probably affected the toe and probably the camber. So, and we can adjust all that on this car because this has, you know, the whole Feal racing suspension and stuff. So good stuff. I will shoot another video when we get to the alignment shop. It's not too far from here, but probably some other day this week is when I'll get around to it. So we'll go walk around the car one more time, and actually I'm going to do one more measurement before I say bye. And I can't really walk around the car because there's not enough room. So many cars driving right now too. Just take a quick walk around, see what it looks like. Sorry, we're in the shadow right now. I think it looks good. It looks like a normal car, that's all I'm going to say. It doesn't have that slammed look anymore. Yeah, it doesn't have that slammed look. It looks like a normal car now. It's kind of like this Civic looks like it's lower than my car. Compare to Civic. And compare it to my Prius with extra tall tires. And then my Galant. Actually, it looks like a normal car now. So the Galant became even more sleeper, is what I'm gonna say. All right, so we'll go do some measurements real quick. All right, here's Miguel.